In the small village of Afikpo in Nigeria, there lived a kind-hearted man named Leke Baye. With his grandmother's recipes and his own passion for cooking, he had a dream of one day opening a small burger joint, selling the tastiest double cheeseburgers anyone has ever tasted. Leke spent months perfecting the recipes, ensuring each cheeseburger was just as delicious and juicy as the last. Word began to spread amongst the villagers that something special was being cooked in Leke's kitchen. Soon enough, people from all over the village were coming to get their fill of his mouth, watering double burgers with cheese. Before long, news of Leke's delectable food reached the capital city of Lagos, where newspaper and TV reports declared it the most delicious cheeseburger in Nigeria. Every day, lines of customers formed outside the humble restaurant, all eager to savor the special burgers.
Leke and his small but dedicated team worked tirelessly to meet the demand. He even found time to offer some of the profits to feed the local poor who couldn't afford the burgers.
His selfless activities soon made him an icon and form of inspiration in the community. With the influx of customers and publicity, Leke realized a bold decision. Why not take his delicious double cheeseburgers to the world? So, with the help of his family, he began to ship the burgers all over Africa and beyond. Anywhere people wanted to indulge, they could get a taste of his extraordinary burgers. The popularity of Leke's burgers spread quickly, and before long it became a global phenomenon. Customers from London to Los Angeles flocked to his little shop, lining up around the block for a chance to taste the delicious double cheeseburgers. Leke's fame and success gave him a newfound sense of purpose. He donated part of his profits to non-profit organizations in Africa, using the money to fund medical clinics, education centers, and food banks. This earned him a ton of respect and admiration worldwide. As his business flourished, Leke decided to put his money towards other charitable projects. He opened a shelter for refugees and orphans, providing them with housing and essential services. To make the food more palatable, he created various fun toppings that those in his care could choose. Alongside this, he established a foundation dedicated to providing basic services to needy families, including water, medication, and clothing. Thanks to his generosity, these individuals could now afford to eat decent meals every once in a while. Being an entrepreneur with a social conscience, Leke decided to use his influence and popularity to promote positive change through his restaurant. He created a mission statement whereby at least 25% of his profits would be reinvested back into the communities he served. Using the money, he built playgrounds and libraries, launched literacy campaigns, and provided business training for the disadvantaged. Everywhere his burgers were sold, the proceeds directly went to making a difference in the lives of those who needed it most. Reaching out even further, Leke commissioned several schools to teach basic computer classes, cooking lessons, and career development courses. This way, he hoped to break away from the cycle of poverty that gripped so many of his people. One day, Leke received a call from the Prime Minister of Nigeria himself. The leader was so impressed by his altruistic efforts that he asked if he could become an ambassador of goodwill. How could he say no? So Leke took on the mantle and began traveling across the world, speaking of African pride, culture, and solidarity. He visited dozens of important cities and told inspiring stories about the importance of giving back to underserved communities. Soon enough, Leke was featured in international newspapers and magazines, as well as appearances on popular TV programs. He was also invited to the White House a few times, where he shared his experiences and spoke of the need for global unity. When Leke returned home, he felt energized and inspired. He vowed to continue his good works and bolster his reputation as a kind and generous person. With renewed enthusiasm, he started cooking up new and improved burgers with new ingredients. The results were spectacular. People from all over the globe ran to buy Leke's unique and flavorful burgers with cheese. Inevitably, more money flooded in. Better yet, the cash went to more projects like the building of shelters for homeless children and investment in green energy initiatives. The philanthropic work Leke did around the world saw him honored with a prestigious award for his charity works. From then on, Leke continued to find ways to impact the community and champion causes dear to his heart. Today, Leke's little burger shop is a global household name. His simple double cheeseburger with cheese has been enjoyed by millions of people in over 8 countries, and at least 20% of profits are still earmarked for humanitarian assistance. That's the story of how one benevolent man in a small village in Africa achieved success on a worldwide scale and created a legacy of goodwill and kindness. Now, when you hear of Leke Baye's famous double cheeseburgers, you know there's more to it than meets the eye.